Hi everybody, we're here at PackExpo in Chicago, back in the Windy City for the first time in 4 years. We're so excited to be exhibiting. We decided that we wanted to help those of you out that are not going to be able to make it to the show. There's lots of great exhibits here. Of course, we're excited to show off some of our printers. Recording a little video here to send out for you guys to check out on our first episode of the SNEED-CAST, which we'll be launching on our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe. Today we'll be going over some of our different printers, our handheld printers. We got some other great inline coders, case coders on display here as well. I'll be bringing Charles on board to talk about that. He's our VP of Technical Services, and he'll go into some detail about some of the great features of our printers. We're also going to have some highlights from the show. Our colleague Alexa is going to come to you with some great highlights from the show that we'll incorporate into the video as well. And then just so you don't miss out, like everybody that's here at the show that's able to win a free printer. Every day we're giving away a free printer at the show. We will also have an opportunity for you to win a free printer at the end of this episode, so be sure to tune in till the end, and we'll go over how you can enter for your chance to win a free Titan T6 handheld printer. So we're going to do a little quick edit here, and then we'll be back real quick with Charles, and we'll get in some details and demonstrations with these handheld printers. And we're back. I told you I was going to bring in my good friend and colleague here, Charles Collins, our technical expert at Sneed Coding Solutions, who heads up our technical service and new product development. We're going to start off talking about what's usually the most popular item here at PackExpo for us, which is our handheld printers. We have a few different ones to talk to you a little bit about here. I'm going to ask Charles some questions about what they are and what they're typically used for. We have a pretty cool little easel here. We'll do a little, Charles will do a little Vanna White prints for you, do some demonstrations, do his best Vanna White impression. So we'll get started here, Charles. Our top seller is definitely, out of all of them, going to be our Titan T6 handheld here.
Most definitely.
If you can give us maybe a little just kind of overview about it. It's a battery-operated printer, correct?
Battery-operated, all handheld. Customers love it because it's nice and light. You can use it all day long. Everything can be controlled right here from the touch screen. Doesn't matter whether he's printing or I'm printing. It's got the encoder built in, so it reads the speed. Makes sure that everything looks the same, whoever's doing it. Expiration dates, lot codes, pretty much anything that you need to do. You want to put a small little logo on your package, you can do that too.
So Charles, now we're here at PackExpo where everything's automated and you got conveyors and robots all over the place. Why would somebody, where we got our conveyor printers automated, why would somebody want to have a handheld one?
Well,
what do we see there?
Handheld printer, a lot of our larger customers use it for repack. Because not everything happens perfectly going down that production line. So as opposed to having to shut down the production line, redo everything, you can set it off the side, keep production going, and recode everything with this. Now our smaller customers, mid-sized customers, this is the only printer that they use a lot of times. Or as they grow, it scales because it can be added to an inline production line. It's even got a little built-in photocell right there. So it makes it that much easier.
Okay, so repack for customers if they have a code error or something goes down, they get misprints, so they can go out in the warehouse on a pallet with boxes stacked, and they can go up there and they can print all their date codes.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, so you can do date codes, lot codes. What about barcodes, QR codes? Can we do that?
We can do that. We've got barcodes, QR codes, selection of the most popular ones, fully formattable. You can build your website into the QR code if you want to print on the outside of your package. So very, very handy.
Okay. And then now that's typically you so I know you slide it across. Now what about if somebody needs to print on a smaller object like a soda can or a round object or anything like that that's not flat?
Really good question. We offer the surface adapter. Surface adapter's got a nice little window cut out. Printer goes right here in the corner, and as you roll it along, it prints right through the window. So if you're trying to print on something small like this little cartridge right here, it makes it easy to line up because you got to be able to roll it along, so it gives you a nice surface to roll it on.
And what's nice is we have this really great executive producer, Quentin. He's going to splice in some shots right now showing you guys customers doing this live and in action on the production. So thanks for that, Quentin. So that's the T6 handheld we were talking about, Charles. Now we also have our T7 handheld, same fundamental philosophy, right? Same printing technology, cartridges. What do we have that's different about this T7 compared to the T6?
Well, the T7 offers a higher resolution. So this is a maximum 600 DPI compared to the T6, which is 300 DPI. Both of them still give you exceptional print quality, but if you need that extra darkness, that extra resolution, that's where the T7 comes in. Now it also offers a couple of extra features because it's very similar to our Titan series for inline print, where you can upload a file and every print can be different. So if you need to serialize things, or you've got some random numbers that need to be integrated into it, you can do that. It also offers the ability to set up your barcode with your lot code or expiration date. So a little more powerful than the T6, but again, handheld form factor, encoder's built in, everything's ready to go. It can be programmed right here.
So I want to circle back on one thing. So you said we can put the lot code inside the barcode.
Yes, we
and
can.
a timestamp inside the barcode.
Yes, we can.
But you can't do that's a T7 only feature.
That's correct. So that's one of the reasons why this one's got a little more power, a little more juice to it. Processor's a little higher end on this one, and you get the higher resolution out of it.
They both use the same HP cartridges, the thermal inkjet, maintenance free, and then we have color options on this one.
We do. You have 7 different colors: black, white, yellow, green, red, blue, and UV visible.
Okay, excellent. Let's maybe we show them a quick little print. If you want to give them,
most definitely.
Show them.
As we always say, make sure you're storing your cartridge in your clip. Give it a good wipe before you start. Make sure the ink's ready to go. We're going to pop it in here. Hit our print button. Lets us know it's ready to go. That simple, that fast. Oh, this isn't the right cartridge. We just take that out. We're going to put in a different cartridge real fast. And if we had a different ink color, so that quickly you can change out your ink cartridge, turn the print back on, and we're ready to print again. So cartridge change out, very easy. If you need to change colors like a lot of other printers, it's difficult to do on this one. Just change the cartridge, you're ready to go.
All right, thanks, Charles. So moving up kind of down the line here, we have now our Freedom series. And so what is the main difference from jumping from a Titan to a Freedom? They look very similar.
A lot of the same features. The Freedom series, it's one of the reasons why we call it the Freedom series, is it's got a 1-inch print window. So you've got all that same capability on the inside: text, lot codes, date codes, barcodes, fully configurable. But you've got the extra added benefit of a full 1-inch worth of print in your hand.
Gotcha. Okay. So, so you barcodes, lot codes, date codes, all that same fundamental philosophy in the way it operates in terms of the encoder wheel that you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. So whether you're doing it or I'm doing it, or our AV guy Quentin happens to be doing it, yeah, just know that it's always going to come out looking the same. So same sort of deal. Cartridge goes in, latch it in, and that fast we've added ink to our system, and we're ready to print.
All right, and then so that's a good. We see here the 1/2 inch versus the full inch. Kind of see that difference there. So customers needing a larger print, they're going to want to go with that Freedom printer. Okay. Yeah, that's. And then with this one, last question actually, Charles. What about colors on the Freedom?
On the Freedom, we've got just red right now. We've got black ink and your water-based and your solvent-based, so we can do your non-porous and porous materials. But there are more stuff in the works.
All right, and then our last one here. This is one of my favorites. I think it's just fun and looks really rugged. It's our EBS 260, the hand jet. So every once in a while, we run into somebody that needs to print larger than a single inch, right, Charles?
That's correct. Yep.
And then what do we have? This is what we have for them in that regard, right? We don't really have anything else.
And we go from from your 1-inch print to your 2.2-inch print, and this one is the EBS. Is a very industrial printer. You've got a lot of ink selections available. All of them are going to be solvent-based. You've got either an acetone or MDK-based. All that means to you is we can stick to just about anything, a variety of colors: black, red, yellow, white, and
light blue.
And light blue.
So, okay. Now, is there any difference in terms of print quality? Because this looks a little bit different. This is the ink cartridge here.
Really good question.
Which is a lot different from this cartridge.
Really good, really good question. So this would be considered a low resolution printer. Comparatively, you've got way more nozzles in this small little area than you do right here. But one of the nice things that this does offer, again, is that availability of the wide variety of inks and a lot of connectivity. This is a Wi-Fi capable device or even Bluetooth capable. So you can control this from your laptop, PC. A lot of our customers actually have this integrated into their Wi-Fi network in their warehouse, where they're sending information directly to the printer.
Gotcha. Let's do one last demonstration here with this one, Charles. Maybe you can show them exactly, and then you can see the size difference. Uh-oh. That message was a little long, but yeah, so big difference. So nice big bold letters there. Great for marking crates, like we actually did before the show.
Great
and I believe
crates.
Quentin has a clip on that. He can show you guys real quick us marking the crate for the show with the 260. So
a lot of our customers for this are your marking on steel, large pipes, things like that. So it's a very versatile piece of equipment. So, but one of the main things that people love about this device is the ability to control it from here or from their laptop, as well as the variety of ease.
Excellent. All right, well, we're going to do a little edit right here, and then we're going to jump over to the Titan section, and we'll show you some of the Titan and Inline Freedom printers. Hey, Tom.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, man. How's it going? I'm doing that. We're here at PackExpo. I can't remember if I told you, but I got Quentin to follow us around, do a little recording of some of our printers.
All right.
I'm going to put you on the spot here to share with some of our viewers and subscribers
Good idea.
about the Titan printer. So, a lot of our customers didn't make it to the show. We thought we'd bring the show to them. By the way, you're looking sharp, Tommy.
Thank you.
Real good.
Thank you.
So, what do we have here? Which one of our SNEED-Jet models is this?
This one's the Titan inline printer. So the Titan inline printer would be something you'd use on a conveyor line or even a pouch sealing machine.
Okay.
And then you'd mount this printer onto the side of the conveyor. 2 quick holes, brackets all come with it, as well as the external photocell. One of the things I like about it is it goes from speeds to 0 to over 100 feet a minute.
Okay. So you mentioned bottle. It's basically a simple date and lot coder for the most part. It's the most common thing that you see.
Date and lot
Custom,
code.
yeah.
Exactly. About 15 characters, say 1/10 of an inch tall, and you can get 150,000 prints out of that.
Gotcha. And then what about in terms of installation? Do you send out Charles, or how do we go about installation on the machine?
Charles would like to get out of the office a lot, except for, in this case, we got videos and everything to follow up. So,
Okay.
For instance, you would see a follow-up video that would show you how to mount to the side of the conveyor, as well as program here, and it's very simple.
So is it easy enough that you could set it up? Okay.
Easy is exactly right. Right here on this touch screen, you're going to go to edit, then go to text, and you go in there, it pops up a keyboard, and then use that keyboard to do your.
So you need everything on the screen.
Everything.
I don't need to have a computer hooked up to it or anything
Not at all.
like
All
that.
the software is loaded up. Yeah.
Nice. And so you're telling me all of this is included in the kit. What does that go for?
$11.99.
Ah,
on
okay.
sale right now.
And there's no installation charges. And then let's talk about the ink. It uses an ink cartridge.
Yes,
How long does that cartridge last?
here's an ink cartridge. This is one of our black ST301s. It would last, depending on your print heights and how many characters you have, you're going to get everything from, like I mentioned those characters before, 150,000 prints out of, or messages out of one cartridge.
Right.
But it's got a dual head, a dual nozzle print head. Slide it into this print head stall.
Right.
And then once you've got, and I'm doing it backwards, Ken. So
That's all right.
You
That's all
got
right.
to know. But
There you go.
but yeah, and it's that you go over here and press the what's the button? You're gonna press the print mode button, and then it'll do prints of every size from 1.2 millimeters to a full half inch.
So half inch is the tallest.
Half inch is the
Right.
tallest.
We got some nice print samples here, and I see there's colors on here, Tom. So we can do color printing with this.
6 colors. You got red, blue, yellow, green, white, yellow,
Okay.
black, of course. And you get an opportunity to change cartridges in 30 seconds.
Okay. So what if I needed to print black and white or switch back and forth?
You would stop the print mode, pull the cartridge out, if it's going from black to white, you want to change
Some settings.
the voltage and the pulse,
That's,
and then slide it in, press print mode, and go ahead.
how long would that take? Like a minute?
30 seconds.
That's it.
For 30 seconds.
There's no cleaning out all the, just completely just swap back and forth.
Once you pull the other one out, you want to get take the cartridge out, wipe the head a couple of times on lint-free wipe, and that way you can keep its longevity as well.
So we can do bottle coating. You said pouch sealing, case coating. What about something like a web or like a form fill machine or something like that, where there's no individual products? Can it do something
Right. So
like
if
that?
you had let's say a continuous web or a flow wrapper.
Right.
So when the flow wrapper's coming through, sometimes the photo cells just can't pick.
Right. You need a special photo out, right?
What you do is you would get. Well, if it's a label, a roll of labels, you could use a label gap sensor.
Right.
But you also use an encoder to print every 14 millimeters or
Oh,
14
right. Like
inches.
a repeat print function.
For a reprint process. So
really a lot of different applications that we can make this work.
everyone's different. Everyone can be done.
Right. And then we also have, just real quick, just want to make sure we have enough time to talk about everything. And I know you're busy at the show, Tom. We have multi-head systems available too, then?
We've got, for instance, this is the Titan 21.
22, I think.
This one's the Titan 22. We've got two versions of this. But
Right.
it's the same Titan head, same ink cartridges. Well, of course, in this case, you're going to have two cartridges.
Yeah.
But you could print on two sides of a box.
Okay.
Or you could print two different places on one side of a box, or two different places on the top of a flow wrapper coming through.
Right.
And sometimes you want the lock code and decode on one side, address on the top side.
Sure.
And that kind of thing. Same controller, same setup. A good experienced maintenance manager would set it up in 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
So.
Well, good stuff, Tom. I think that covers the range here. I want to thank you. Thank you guys for following up and continue to watch with us. We're gonna cover the Freedom printers and the Infinity printers, but we're gonna do a little fancy edit here, and you're gonna see some of the highlights from Alexa from the show, and then we'll get on to some of the other printers too. Remember, stay tuned to the end of the show. We will have a chance for you to win a free handheld printer. But you do have to stick with us until the end, and we'll reveal how you can win that printer.
Hey guys, it's Alexa from Sneed Coding Solutions. I'm here at PackExpo for the first time. We're actually checking out Pack to the Future right now, so it's 250 years worth of old-time packaging and processing equipment. So, just check out some of the cool tech that we have in store. Here's just a short glimpse at everything I learned and took in during the show. So starting off with Pack to the Future. While every other booth was focused on showcasing the latest and greatest technological innovations for their industries, Pack to the Future hit us with a blast from the past. In my opinion, Pack to the Future was a great exhibit to visit because it gave attendees, such as myself, the ability to understand where automation really started. I've always believed that in order to truly progress, you must first study and understand your start or your foundation. Many of the technological advancements we see here today were made possible by these first attempts at automation. In addition to Pack to the Future, there were plenty of other technological advancements that caught my eye, like the robotic arms that were programmed to play checkers. Overall, it was just incredible to see how autonomous all of these pieces of equipment really were, and how much of a difference they make when it comes to streamlining manufacturing, packaging, and marking processes. While I might have only seen a fraction of everything PackExpo had to offer, I definitely feel like I learned a lot about this industry. And if you want to continue learning, I highly recommend keeping an eye out for our upcoming blogs, emails, and new web series, SNEED-CAST. Like always, we're keeping coding simple.
All right, guys, we got that clip in there from Alexa that she put together walking around the show while we're here at the booth. Hope you guys really enjoyed. There's some really neat exhibits here. Alexa had some great stuff to share. Santos, can I interrupt you?
Yeah, what's up, Ken?
So I know I told you that we're going to be doing this little video for the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put you on the spot, and I'm going to put you in the video.
All right, go for it.
All right, so we've already kind of talked a little bit about our handheld printers with Charles and the Titan printers over here with Tom, and then we have here our Freedom printers.
Yep.
So I'm hoping you can help me share a little bit of information with everybody about this one. I'm going to start by asking you, because it does just kind of look like, I would imagine somebody walking, they look very similar.
Yeah, they look pretty close. I mean, nice red color, too.
Yeah. So, but they both use the cartridges, right? But what would be the main difference between the cartridge the Freedom uses and the Titan?
Biggest difference, 1-inch print head. So
Okay.
it's going to be obviously print up to 1 inch
Gotcha.
on that
whereas you're getting a 1/2 inch with the Titan.
Okay.
That's going to be the biggest difference.
So this is, yeah, obviously we can see the comparison, the print, much larger prints here. So this is more or less, we see this much more often for case coding.
Yep, case coding,
Putting
it's
on
great for
boxes.
that. Corrugate boxes, barcodes, you name it, master cases. It's going to be the best option that I think that we have
Okay, so,
for that.
and you can do barcodes, QR codes.
Yep, barcodes, QR codes.
And then what about logos, graphics?
You can do logos, graphics, very similar to the Titan. Resolution is a little bit less, but you're focusing on your cases. But
I mean,
it still looks great.
Yeah, this is still pretty good, high resolution, but it's all single color.
Single color.
It looks like we have black and red on
Yep.
this one.
Those are only 2 colors available for this one at this time.
Right.
It's only black and red. Titan has the big different.
Right, yeah,
colors
there are a
that
lot
they
more
have.
ink colors
Yep.
over there with the Titan. Now, and then Tom shared with us how easy the Titan is to get set up and everything else. Is this kind of the same situation? Pretty
Same.
similar setup?
Very
Get
similar.
going?
You could say they kind of look very similar. Controllers do as well. So
Yeah.
setup and programming, I think it's.
So I don't need to have, or the customer doesn't need to have somebody come out and install it.
no
They can do it
technicians.
on their own.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
So Tom can do it and you can do it.
I have it.
So our 2 sales guys, if it's easy enough for a sales rep to do it, guys.
That's right.
And then I want to also mention, so this one's a little bit different, right? So this is 2 1-inch heads.
Yep.
So similar to over here, that's 2 sides of a box.
2 sides of a box. You're able to print at the same time. If you need it to be 2 different messages, you can do that as well. So
Okay.
we have customers that are printing on all 4 sides of a box. They'll use both systems to do that.
Okay. But so now over here, this is looking more like, tell me a little bit, or help them understand what this is in terms of compared to having them separate.
So these are separate. These are stitched. That's what we call stitched print
Okay.
heads. It uses 2 cartridges to make that 2-inch print. So
Right.
you can see that.
And this
2-inch
print sample there, yeah.
It's a
2-inch
stitch.
barcode.
Yep.
And then essentially what we're trying to help demonstrate, if you looked at the front of the print head, it would basically be essentially taking 2 cartridges like this to create that 2-inch print head.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. And then maintenance and there's no service contracts or any maintenance or anything. Print heads inside the cartridge. They get a new print head every time.
Every
right?
single time.
Okay, good. Do you think anything I missed, Santos? Or do you think we covered everything?
I think that's pretty much it. It's a great case sealer or case printer. You can put it on case sealers. Pretty much anywhere you can put the Titan.
Last question.
Yep.
What is this selling for right now?
This one's $14.99.
$14.99.
Yep, $14.99.
And that's everything I see.
Everything
whether
that you-
there's 2 separate systems.
Everything that you see in these 2 separate systems, including the mounting hardware.
Wow.
And the sensors.
Okay. And then, what if I don't like it?
Well, that's what we have, our 30-day performance guarantee.
Okay. So 30 days, I got a window to try it out.
30. You don't like the color red for whatever reason.
Okay.
You can send it back to us
All right.
in those 30 days.
All right, good. Well, hey, Santos, man, I appreciate the time. I know you're busy with the show. I'm going to get over and check out the Infinity print.
All right, sounds good, Ken.
Thanks, Santos. All right, we'll go over there and we'll check those Infinity printers out here momentarily.
These new features that we got going on here.
Prints up, huh?
So,
Hey, guys.
Print up.
You looking at the Infinity printer over here?
Of course, we're looking at the
Hey,
new printers.
awesome.
Tom's always trying to learn new stuff.
Good stuff. Well, hey, I got Quentin here, and I need to talk a little bit about the Infinity printer with our customers.
All right.
So can I take Charles's time for a little bit?
Go ahead, take Charles. Quentin, we'll see you later.
All right, Charles, last stop of the day so far in terms of the booth. Thank you earlier for your time at the handheld station. We talked to Tom about the Titan printers. Santos helped us out with the Freedom printers. Now this is kind of, we call it the Infinity, Infinite Possibilities. Really great system here. I'll let you kind of do the first introduction here, and I'll start to think of some questions for you.
Good deal. Well, this is our Infinity Print system, as he indicated. Why do we call it that? Infinite number of possibilities. One of the big advantages of our Infinity printer is its ability to print from a distance. Most thermal inkjet printers, you've got to be right up next to the product. You've got to be within 1 or 2 millimeters. Whereas with the Infinity system, you can print on the bottom of a cup with a recess, or on the inside of the lid with a deep recess. So that's one of the big advantages. The ink itself is a heavy solvent-based ink, so it adheres to glass, plastic, metal, and the only thing it's even alcohol resistant for the high throw distance ink. On top of that, then you've got the controller itself. It basically has no touch screen, anything you control it from. your phone or another smart device, PC, laptop, anything on the same wireless network. So very accessible, easy to control, things that you're used to. And then here directly on the unit, everything is all encased right here. The only operational buttons are your print on or your print off to make it easy for the operators.
Okay, that's pretty good, Charles. I feel like you know this pretty well. So a couple things I definitely want to highlight. You did say there's no controller for it. So it's a purely Wi-Fi controlled system, right? So you can use your phone, tablet, my plant manager's office.
Exactly.
As long as he's got Wi-Fi, good Wi-Fi to connect to it. Okay.
So right, just sorry to interrupt you there, but just to let you know, these two devices are connected right here. It's wirelessly connected, and they're not on any network. That network is coming from here and broadcasting to here. So you don't have to have a network in your facility. You don't have to be on the internet, but you can still control it from your phone, PC, or if you like one of our nice smart devices, you can have controlling it right there on the line.
Right. So this is kind of an add-on we offer.
Correct. Yes.
Because more and more some customers, they just like to have something on hand, but they could do something of their own, create their own HMI device and connect to it with the IP Wi-Fi interface.
Exactly.
Okay. And now, what if they have multiple production lines? Could they network all of them together and control them from a central location?
They can. You can. The system has a find device feature, so once you have more printers on the network, all you got to do is click a button. It'll identify all those, and you're ready to access them and control them. Update the print system, see what they're printing currently, how much ink is left in each of them, all in the palm of your hand or the comfort of your desk.
So that all sounds like, that sounds kind of complicated compared to, we always like to brag about keep coding simple. Is this something that sounds, I feel like it might be overwhelming. Is this something that a maintenance manager or, a business owner, they can set up on their own on the production line? Or do you need to go out and do it?
No. I'll do you one better. It's something a salesperson can do.
All right. Okay.
No, it really is that simple. We've got customers all over the country, young and old, big and small, that it's a very simple process, and we've got nice videos to help walk you through it. 30 seconds to 3 minutes long, step by step, hold your hand the whole way.
All right, and then the number one question I've been hearing here at PackExpo so far today, Charles, is what about support? What if something X variable happens, they need some help? What happens then?
Give us a call. We've got phone, email, chat, or if we need to, we get on video conference with you, get the problem solved. Everything can be done mostly by remote on this.
Awesome. Well, Charles, I know it's busy here today. We've taken up a lot of your time. I appreciate it. We're going to get all this buttoned up and packaged for you guys. Remember, we're going to have a chance for you to win a free handheld printer. There's going to be a lower third right here when you're watching. It's going to have a landing page for you. Go to that landing page and type in the winning word PackExpo. It's also going to ask you for your email address and some contact information. We're going to then use that to do an electronic raffle, and we'll get you your free handheld printer. So remember, also please hit that button down in the corner, subscribe, like the page. We're going to start doing a lot more content on our YouTube channel. We're going to do a lot more of these SNEED-CAST episodes, including a live equipment demonstration coming up later this month.